Hello, gorgeous people. How are you all doing today? I hope you're well. I can't wait to share. So today, a video that has been requested by a couple of folk and made possible by someone else. Thank you so much. You know who you are. Today, I have done something, get to the point, Vivi, that I did last year for the first time. And you know what? I think it's going to become a bit of a Christmas tradition for me. Today, I've just been out. I'm just back actually. My cheeks are freezing cold and like I feel like they're stinging red from coming back into the warm. I've been out to spend a tenner on treats. Yay! I spent the tenner before I could show you the tenner. But yeah, it's something I did for the first time last year. I don't know what prompted it last year, but it was prompted. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Someone suggested I do it again this year and slipped me a tenner. So I thought, yeah, I'd love to do it again. And I think, yeah, this is it. This is now a Christmas tradition. How many times do you need to do something before it's a tradition? Sorry, I'm still a bit bungy. The idea behind it, I'll try and be brief. The idea behind it is that, you know, I am super frugal. You know that from watching my channel. And there is so much stuff that I go without, and that's fine. That's absolutely fine. I'm not complaining. Basically, my question, if I look at something and I've got it in my hand and think about buying it, is, do I want it? Yes. Do I need it? No. Put it back. If I don't need it, it goes back. And you know, for the vast majority of the time, that's absolutely fine. That's completely fine by me because I get pleasure and joy from so much stuff that doesn't cost me money to buy. But every now and again, I think, oh, I just like to have something and not think twice about it. Just, you see it, you like it, you have it. So, treats for a tenner. What can I treat myself to for a tenner on this one day of the year? So, 364 days, grow your food, eat it. One day of the year, have whatever you want, as long as it doesn't cost more than a tenner. Doubly blessed today. I'm going to take a quick sip because ages ago, back at the beginning of November, I helped a friend out with something. Haven't seen her for ages. Bumped into her I say bumped into her, she knocked on my door. She brought me a bottle of wine to say thank you, which is never, ever, ever needed, but it's always gratefully received, so I've just opened it. I like my wine as a spritzer. I know people are going to shout and complain at me, but I like it as a long drink, so it's 2/3 wine, 1/3 water. So, back to the treats for a tenner. So the idea is, I just go out and about locally in my little hood, in my little village, and if I see something that takes my fancy, I don't even look at the price, I just have it. Well, you know, I don't go and look at cars in the car showroom down the road, obviously. There was one thing I saw this morning that I thought, oh yes, I'd love to have that. And then I looked at the price and I put it back. Should I have just gone for it? I don't know. So this morning I was out doing the last couple of bits of shopping, not special shopping, not Christmas shopping. I don't really shop for Christmas. I was just picking up some last bits and bobs for in the house, including some loo roll. And I was at the checkout, and it's where all the newspaper stands are. And I suddenly thought, oh, I know. I'm going to buy for the first time in, gosh, maybe 6 or 7 years, The Guardian on a Saturday. Because I used to love, I never ever used to buy news. I've had one mouthful. This doesn't bode well, does it? I never ever used to buy newspapers regularly, but I did used to like getting The Guardian on a Saturday because it had all the kind of the book reviews, the arts reviews, all the puzzles. I loved the puzzles. Sudoku, Killer. What are the others called? They all have Japanese type names, don't they? Kori. I want to say Koriatiki, that's Greek salad. I want to say karaoke, that's singing. You know what I mean? So I saw it this morning, I thought, oh yeah, that's a perfect thing with my treats for a tenner. I picked it up. £3.50. It's £3.50 for The Guardian on a Saturday. And I was like, no way. Holy moly. I think the last time I bought it, it was maybe £1.50. And at the time I was working, and even at £1.50, I thought, oh, that's a stretch. I mean, it's packed full, but I just didn't really want to give up 1/3 of my treats for a newspaper. Do papers come out on Christmas Day? Because Christmas Day is Saturday this year. Because I'm slightly teensy bit regretting it, because it would have been fun to do the puzzles again. Anyway, I didn't do it. So, what I've done, it's cracking on into the evening now, so the lighting is a bit funny. Look, let's do shadow puppets. It's all looking a bit gothic. I've had to put my studio light on because it is dark now. It's late into the evening. What I wanted to do when I went out to do my treats for tenner, I wanted to go out at dusk because I wanted to go out when the lights were starting to come on. And yeah, I wanted to just, I was kind of hoping that a lot of people would have done their shopping by now and been out of the way. I don't really want to mingle too much. Anyway, so I went out at dusk, about 20 past, 4:30 now. It's kind of dusk at 4-ish. By 4:30, it's pretty much dark. So I wanted to go out at that time and capture some of the lights in town. They're very, very modest here. I got chatting along the way. I kept bumping into people and chatting. So by the time I'd done my chatting and shopping, a lot of the shops had shut and they've got their shutters down. So I didn't get most of their lights. But anyway, let's get in the mood and let's take a stroll down my little high street. My first port of call. I haven't got a Christmas tree yet, but I'm thinking about it. I'm still thinking about it. So my first port of call was our lovely, fantabulous local flower seller who at this time of year also sells her Christmas trees. So we'll have a quick little look at what Ange has got for sale by way of Christmas trees. And then I think it's going to be time to cue the Christmas music and lights. Whew. Oh, I'm looking at all the lovely Christmas trees. I'm going to say Happy Christmas to our Ange. Here's our Ange.
Happy Christmas.
Ange, how long have you been selling flowers on our street for?
30 years.
30 years. And I bought my first Christmas tree from you how many years ago?
20.
20 years ago. There we go. And they're beautiful. There's
you.
still time to get yourself a gorgeous tree. Oh, look. They are beautiful. And they're all kind of nice dinky ones that are left now for all of us people who live in teeny tiny flats. These are perfect. Thank you so much, lovely. I have a very, very happy Christmas and some brisk business for the last few days. Yeah.
Thank you.
Happy Christmas, darling.
Happy Christmas to you too.
So I got my shopping. When I got back, I quickly wrote down all my sums and figures and looked at the change in my purse, and it does tally. So hold on a sec. Empty purse. In here we've got 20, 40, 60, 70, 75, 76, 77p and change. So I spent £9.23. My 77 pence change can go either into a charity pot, or I think probably what I might do is, we've got Lidl down the road, which is one of the, you know, the really budget supermarkets. I think for 77 pence I can probably get a tin of pulses and a tin of tomatoes to put in the food bank box. Because, you know, if I'm going to have a treat, let's make sure, I mean, you know, that sounded really patronising. Giving someone a tin of tomatoes and beans is not a treat, it's bog standard staples. But what I'm trying to say is, I need to give something to someone else as well. Anyway, right, are you ready? Clank, clank. So, oh, and first of all, just quickly to say, whilst I was out, I got a bar of, this doesn't count as a treat because it's a staple, I have to use it all the time. Solid shampoo bar. Honestly, what's that? That's not even half a glass of wine. God help me. Solid bar shampoo. The one I'm currently using is running out. This isn't my normal brand. I normally get my shampoo from Lush. There isn't a branch of Lush anywhere near me. My Lush soap costs, hair soap shampoo costs £7 a bar. This is £3.50. No postage, local. I'm going to give it a go. See if I like it. If I like it, great. It will be a great substitute for the Lush one, half the price. It may not last as long. Anyway, so I got that while I was out, but it doesn't count in the treats because I need it. I mean, shampoo, let's face it, it's not a treat, is it? So, what did you get with your tenner, Vivi? Get to the point. Of course, I bought a bottle of knockoff Baileys. Yay! So this is the, I don't know if you have this in the rest of the world, but in the UK we have a drink called Baileys, and it's Irish whiskey, cream and wine base, I think. Oh, it's so yummy. It's like drinking a melted caramel ice cream. It's so yummy. A proper bottle of this, as in the Baileys stuff, it costs, I don't know, I actually don't know, maybe 15 quid, maybe more. £3.95 for knockoff. Thank you very much, Lidl. I got one of these last year. Look, it's once a year, for goodness sakes. It is a treat. It is an indulgence. I still haven't had any post since the end of November now. It's 3 weeks without post. I don't have any cards, I don't have any letters, I've got nothing from the outside world to remind me that it's Christmas, to help me connect and, you know, just have that yum comfort stuff with family and friends. So in the absence of that, I jolly well will drink this over a few nights, maybe watching some movies. Oh, and also, like last year, it's kind of you know what? It occurs to me that everything in this bag is a bit boring, probably for most folk, and a bit random in terms of treats. But for me, this is treats. So I got myself this. I've got this gorgeous little bag. If I ever buy loose produce, I don't buy produce very much, of course, because I grow most of my own. But right, let's chuck that out of the way on the floor. 8 Satsumas, and they were, how much were they? Satsumas 89p. Yay! Oh, I'm going to just poke one a little tiny bit. Oh, to release that oil. Oh my goodness. Oh, that smell. It's been a whole year. Beautiful. I don't grow fruit in the garden. I just don't have the space. And for me, fruit is kind of like pudding. It's a treat. It's a snack. It's not a main meal. So because I've got so little land to grow in, I mean, I've got a chunk of land and I'm grateful for it, but because it's not big enough to do veg and fruit, I just don't do fruit. So, oh, like I wish, I want to scratch it, squirt it for you to sniff. It's unbelievably good. That's so good. You know, I did a big salivate. One of the joys of this is not just the eating of it, but I can guarantee you over the next few evenings, I'm going to be scratching and sniffing and have that joy even before I eat them. I feel very, 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 very lucky. Right, what else is in the treasures bag? This, oh my goodness. I've bought a vegetable. I grow this normally. This year they didn't work out, and I saw it and I just thought, I'm having you, you're coming home. I bought a lovely big fat fennel. I'm really salivating now, that's ridiculous. Gorgeous big fat fennel. I love fennel risotto. This isn't a huge one. This cost me, I wrote it down, 89 pence. That's crazy. When I see the price of veggies, it kind of reminds me how, firstly, I'm fortunate to have a garden, but also how much money I don't spend by growing my own. But so it's not massive, but I'll make it go as far as possible, and I'm hoping to get 2 to 3 portions of risotto out of this. Oh my goodness, fennel risotto, glass of Baileys, not Baileys, and then that's not the one I scratched. Where's my scratched one? And then a scratched Satsuma for pudding. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Oh, I'm chuffed with that. Oh, I'm so glad I spotted that. When I went out, I didn't really have a plan. Well, I had one plan, but the rest of it I didn't really have a plan. So they've all just happened. Okay, this is completely random. Love it, love it, love it. A tin of custard. Oh my goodness. Now you might say, why buy a tin of custard? Buy a box of the powdered stuff. It's much more economical over time. If I bought a box of custard, I'd have to buy the milk and all the... it wouldn't get used. I bought a tin. It was 90 pence. I love custard. I think the last time I had custard was pretty much this time last year. It was around New Year's. I spent New Year's with Richard and Paul, and we had custard on, we had some, what did we have? Was it an apple crumble or something? I can't remember what the pudding was. It didn't matter. I didn't care about the pudding. I just wanted the custard. Saw this and I thought, yeah, you're coming home with me too. They're all foodie treats nearly, aren't they? It kind of shows the kind of stuff that I do without most of the time. But yeah, tin of custard. Can't wait. That's 2 portions. That's 1 portion. 2 portions. Who am I kidding? Once that's opened, yum, yum, yum. And then I bought... Oh! I've just thought. No, hang on a minute. I'm going to make it even more of a treat. Bear with me a second. If you're going to have a treat, make it even more of a treat. So, I also bought a tube of fruit pastas, which I don't know when they did it, but in recent years, they've gone veggie again. They used to be veggie, then they stopped being veggie, so I didn't have them for years and years and years. They're actually vegan. And a friend of mine mentioned this to me a year or so ago. I don't know how long ago. She said, you know, they've gone vegan. I was like, oh, yay. What I love is, because it's Christmas, they're doing them in these tubes again. Do you remember these tubes when you were a kid? You get the fruit pastas, fruit gums, jelly tots. And what I love, of course, is it's a cardboard tube. So there is a plastic top to it. Pop that off. Plastic top. But actually, when I look at everything I've bought today, everything is either compostable or can go in the recycling apart from that. And I think for a family of 1, in terms of Christmas treats and bounty and da-da-da, and in terms of putting the rubbish out, I don't think that's bad, is it? I could do better. I've had a treat. But that will be it. That'll be my rubbish for Christmas. But the reason I stopped the camera and dashed off is because... Isn't this the cutest little, like, sweetie jar? I've had this for years. It's a proper old one. Oh, close your ears if you don't like fingers on chalkboards, because... that noise. It's a proper one with, it's... I don't know what you call this when the glass... It's like sand-blown glass. It's not rubber. So I thought, to make it even more of a treat... And there are not going to be as many in here as I thought. To make it a proper treat, pop it in my cute little jar, and, because I always say ribbon, I'm going to put a little ribbon around it and make it into a little, almost, oh, I can't be bothered tying a fancy bow for the minute, but I'm making it into a proper little treat for myself. How gorgeous is that? They were, oh, did I say the fan was 90, no, the custard was 90p, the sweeties were £1, 10p. That's a lot of money for sweeties, isn't it? But how gorgeous are they? I won't eat them all in one go. I don't think I will. Anyway, so, haven't finished. I'll wrap up soon, I promise. So, the last thing was... That's all food so far. Can't help myself. Of course I bought a book. Of course I did. Funnily enough, I picked up a copy of this book about 3 weeks ago for a little bit. This one cost £1.50. The other one cost a bit more, but it was in better condition, and I'd set it aside. It's over there waiting to be processed for my shop. And I was thinking, oh, shall I read it first? Shall I? But it's a new copy, and I thought, no, I don't want to break the spine. Anyway, I found another copy today with a slightly scuffed... Shall I show you that a bit? Can you pick that up? It's the... Ah, there you go. You can see it's slightly scuffed on the jacket, on the front cover. The Shepherd's Life, A Tale of the Lake District. When I saw it a few weeks ago and bought it for my shop, I thought it would appeal to someone. But then when I got it home and I was looking at it for myself, I was thinking, oh, that appeals to me. So yay, I got a copy for me for £1.50. This one might end up in the shop as well. So, I love it, love it, love it, love it. £9.23 I spent in total for a bottle of knockoff Irish cream, tin of custard, a gorgeous fennel, 8 Satsumas, and some sweeties in a pretty jar. Oh, I love it, love it, love it. That's such lovely, lovely, lovely stuff. It feels like a real indulgence. I mean, custard and sweets really are a total naughty indulgence. I'm going to love every second and every morsel of every bit of these things now. So, yay! And it's kind of put me in the mood for Christmas. La 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 la. A little bit. So, right, I'm going to stop. I've been waffling, haven't I? I'm going to leave it there for today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again. Hope you enjoyed a little bit of time with what lights I could manage to capture before everyone closed their shops. And it's not my fault. It's my neighbour's fault for stopping me in the street and talking to me for ages, even though I'm busy. Kidding. Yeah, thank you for hanging out with me. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you again soon. I think, hopefully a visit in the garden again, because that's kind of back on schedule now. And then I think before we know it, we may be sitting on the other side of the room pulling a Christmas cracker or two together. I can't wait to join you then. So in the meantime, please be well, be safe, be happy, be cosy, and maybe if you can spare, even if it's £2 or £3 to give yourself a treat, something you would normally say no to, something you normally say, I can't afford it, it's not needed, it's not necessary. Maybe just this one time a year, splash out and treat yourself. And then when you do have some change left over, see what you can buy for that to put in your local food bank box too. All right, lovelies, I need to go and, well, I was going to say pour another glass of wine. It's gone straight to my head. It's been a while. That's it. Over and out from Vivi. I will see you all again really soon, I hope. But in the meantime, please look after yourselves and enjoy the simplest moments in life wherever you can. Bye for now.